Some of you men are gonna have to settle. You're gonna have to settle for dating each other and marrying each other and pleasing each other. Because women are not putting up with your bullshit anymore. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of women don't want to get married. It's not really a lot of women's end goal anymore. Y'all don't even know how to be good boyfriends, let alone good husbands. A lot of women don't want to get pregnant and have babies. But you're gonna have to start doing something. Because like I said, women don't care. What you gonna force a woman to be in a relationship with you?
Man, I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm tired of the hate. Hold on. You know that I'm tired of the envy. But check this out. Envy me all you want. Even on my bad day, y'all still can't touch me. I give a damn if you cheer us. I give a damn if you boo us. But one thing, shut the hell up. One thing I will not let you do is try to act like y'all ain't never got mine. What y'all thought I was crazy? Huh? What y'all thought I was off the hinges? Huh? What y'all thought I was losing it? Huh? The crazy thing about this situation is that I'm just getting started.
You know, every time that I get up and open, the internet, I get a slap in the face. I get hit in the face with a brick every time I open shit up. I was chilling out. I got up, I got my son ready for school, and I decided to look at social media. Big mistake, right? Big mistake. And I was reminded why the channels that I have ended up being what they were, because I didn't originally intend for them. I didn't originally intend for them to be that, but circumstances and the harsh realities of my current life in the last 6 years, well, it's honestly left me kind of radicalized. Now, I am not in the habit of lying to my followers and viewers, okay? I'm not in the habit of lying to my followers and viewers and shit. So, when I come to you this morning, with a big dose of honesty and shit, especially after looking at the clip of this young woman talking and shit. I don't care in what context it is. I don't care if it's a scene, okay? Kings, I'm going to be 56 in April, okay? 56, right? In all my years of life, right, since I left home and started going to school, from Head Start all the way to the current day, they have always had this attitude, okay? And every time, well, they've had this attitude to excess all this time, all these 50 fucking years of my life. I was born in 1969. It's so bad that when I meet a woman, who doesn't speak or behave in this way and shit, a tear comes to my eye. I feel like I'm looking at a unicorn, and I'm willing to do whatever for that woman. Or I was not so much today. When I'm off the menu, right? Not decentering anybody or anything like that, but I'm so old at this point that I'm set in my ways and shit, and I know that I cannot put up with a lot of shit that you guys put up with. The reason I made the channel is crystal clear and whatnot is I wouldn't want you to come to this mindset, holy and shit, okay? Yeah, I want you to be able to be comfortable enough in your own skin to make appropriate life choices, all right? Because it's really unforgiving out there, okay? You haven't done anything to these women and shit. You are not responsible for their happiness and shit. You are not their therapist and shit. They're a whole fucking human being. They're able to take care of themselves, okay? You just have to show them the way by being unapologetically masculine and shit. And we have to say that because that shit is under attack. Okay? I want to tell this black woman, quite honestly, I don't care how old she is. Like, I've been listening to this shit for decades, for generations, and I've watched it destroy my family. I have no legacy. Okay? I have one son that I'm raising right now. I consider him to be my legacy and shit. Okay? Now, I'm gonna be honest and shit. I hate your ass. Okay? Did you hear what I said? Man, I fucking hate your ass. I hate your everything about you. I hate your motherfucking brain in your head. I hate your soul. Okay? I'm not talking to black women in general. I'm talking to this specific woman that got on this fucking social media app and put this shit on there and whatnot. Because all you do is sit up and stereo surround sound bitch 24/7, 365 days a year. And I said that a million times and shit already. That's all we ever hear from y'all and shit. Y'all the proficient in, mental abuse. Okay? And then you have, it's the classic, I don't want to say it, N-word. Fuck. This is genetic narcissism. They have always been this cruel. Some of the worst things that I've ever heard in my life came out of the mouth of a black woman and shit. Specifically when speaking to me, whether I had done something or not. And I assure you, 8 times out of 10, I hadn't done anything. Shit. And, at a certain point in my life, I'd become numb to the shit. We all do. We all ignore that bullshit. We just act like, oh, that's just them and shit. And that's dangerous. Okay? That's dangerous. They mean to harm us. That is how I feel about the majority of black women. They're out there to harm us and shit. I realize just saying that puts this video in a certain niche. Makes me sad to say that. All I ever wanted to do in my life, right? One of my American dream, right? Haha. I wanted to have my own fucking family. I wanted to have my own wife, right? My own children and raise them the way I wanted to raise them. But a lot of outside people decided what my life would be before I even thought about it and shit. And they went in overdrive and they eventually pulled the Avengers Endgame bullshit on me. And they didn't break me. Okay? Didn't break nothing. Didn't do shit. Alright? What the fuck you gonna do? How you gonna break something that's already broken? Okay? And you could knock a vase on the floor and shit and, glue it back together. It's not the same fucking vase and shit. These idiots never realized that because they were never listening because they are, let's talk about these women and shit, man. You have to think of your women like you think of a clan member in the fucking South and shit. You're here to serve their every need and then hurry up and fucking die and shit. That's all they say. They sit up and bitch every day, and I don't know how some of you niggas be sitting up under these women and shit. You be sitting in the car with them and a woman. I saw a clip where pregnant woman called her husband a bitch because he floated the idea that she should eat healthier and shit. It probably was a skit, and I really don't care. You guys have dumbed down your children. You made them ineffectual. The men can't make decisions. They're cannon fodder, medical experiments, social engineering experiments and shit. It's your fucking fault. It was your divine purpose and shit to be the first teacher of the child and shit. Instead, you wanna fucking Birkin bag and you wanna sit up in restaurants with your gay friends and you're gonna eat some kitty too on the side and then go home and tell your husband he ain't shit and slap him upside his head or undermine him and shit, do all kind of fucked up shit. Yeah, who hurt you? Yeah, you guys love saying that shit. And then secretly hate yourselves and shit. So you go outside and you embarrass yourself and you embarrass us as an ethnic group, as a people and shit. And you've made us insolvent in many ways and shit, where other people don't respect us. They see us as giant children and shit, and they don't have to do what we say, despite those bright diamonds amongst us. Those people that could make change, could affect change in our community. Alright? I want to tell you, young lady, I hate your ass. Okay? You're young enough to be my daughter or granddaughter and shit. No, they tell you, man, if I heard you saying that bullshit in front of me, I'll whoop your ass. I'll take my belt off and whoop your ass and shit. Cause it's what you motherfuckers understand and shit. You taught your boys that. You beat your boys like animals and shit. And it didn't change a goddamn thing. It made them worse. And the worst of them, you emasculated and shit. And you, when he was kids, you put braids in his hair and dressed him in pretty clothes and sent him out. And he had to go for it to prove himself and shit. And he had no, he didn't have a man in the house because you had annoyed and ran the man out of the house and probably killed a motherfucking shit. A lot of you are murderers. Okay? You kill your men. You destroy their potential and shit. Then you blame them for this shit. Why you sit up and fuck yourself up and then you wonder why nobody wants to marry you or be with you and shit. So you got the cope is real. And you got to sit up every day and make these old hate videos, these rage farming videos because you hate yourself. Right? And you're so narcissistic and shit. You need a target. So you pick the people most closest to you. The ones that are on their divine purpose. The ones that protect and shelter you, house you, take care of your illegitimate kids and all that shit. And you get no fucking grace. So what do you want? Why you mad when motherfuckers climb over the fence? You don't have to answer that. It's rhetorical shit. It does not matter what you think and shit. It matters that, we have only one life to live. And it's not in service to you or your whims and shit. Alright? You insult everyone around you, even your own allies and shit. What does that say about you? Even the LGBTQ, you use them as an insult by saying you're their friend, but you tell men they're sassy, zesty, and gay, right? And you browbeat these men and shit. These males, not men, they bend to the knee and shit, and they start carrying purse and being Dwayne Wade and shit with French tips and lashes and shit, and then you laugh at them and say they ain't shit. And you wonder where the real men are. The real man ain't. You can't see a real man and shit. They're invisible. They wear a cloak of invisibility. Better yet, you wear it. I would tell you had rose-colored glasses on, but you basically have horse blinders on, and you can only see your own bullshit. Right? And I hate your ass. Bitch, I hate you for putting this out, okay? You. Okay? I'm not talking to black women, not all. We have to say that. I'm just saying that because I have to, because I'm on this platform and shit. Okay? I'm telling you, I want to be honest. I wanted my American dream. I wanted to marry the love of my life, have some children, maybe 2 or 3, be financially stable, and build a family that wasn't dysfunctional, not like the family that I grew up in, whatnot, that just put everything into making me nothing. Alright? Not realizing they're making themselves nothing and shit, because if I'm nothing and you have to do what you did and shit, then that makes you less than me. Right? They can never understand this, nor would I tell them this. Okay? Because they, it's sad to go through life like Helen Keller and shit and not realize that someone is 100% completely aware. To put it in layman's terms for you mouth breathing, women out there and shit who shit on everything, including yourselves. For an analogy, you could say I was that little boy in that Soul Food movie and shit. The one that was narrating it and shit. And if you don't know what that movie is, don't go look that shit up. It's really depressing. Right? It's really depressing. I just, it was a sober moment. I got up and, put my, got my son out to school, watched him, told him I loved him, told him, don't talk to strangers, all that bullshit, and resisted the urge to shadow him to school. I came back and sat in front of my laptop and opened up, and this bitch popped out. Talking about, what she ain't gonna do and what women ain't doing no more, and she ain't even a woman. You don't realize that that's rhetoric and shit. You'll never be a woman, okay? You'll just be a girl that needs the ass whooped, okay? Need the ass whooped. And I think about some of my younger female family members. When I was around, and like I had been gone for decades and shit, and I came back and they didn't really want me to come back, but it was all part of the plan and shit. But I immediately came back and I snapped the form. I loved them unconditionally. Loved them, right? I was doing uncle shit. just talking like how I normally talk. They weren't used to that because they had destroyed all the men in their lives. So every man that they saw was a eunuch. They had emasculated and destroyed them mentally and shit. These men were just a ghost of themselves with like nothing behind their eyes. It was like looking at a Michael Myers and shit, a pathetic Michael Myers, begging to be. It's almost like they were looking like, oh, I wish somebody would just kill me and shit. The guys, because they had no shit, or they were in these dysfunctional relationships that they thought were real relationships, and you could see it from the outside and shit. Because I was always an outsider, I could see that they were eating each other alive and shit. It wasn't a real relationship. It was just a codependent one and shit. And you can't do anything like that. You can't do anything. And you women are socially engineered to be agents of chaos and not actually be in a real relationship or marriage and shit. And that's why those marriages fail. Right? You would never 10 toes down with us. So none of this bullshit would have even happened and shit, Gloria Steinem and her toady pet Negro would have never been able to come into the community and shit. You act like somebody want to oppress you, but you're oppressing the men and shit in the extremes, even following them overseas to try to mess up wherever they try to go to find themselves. Go to find an actual woman they can build a life with. You don't care. You say you're happy with everything, but you want a white man and shit, and you think we actually care about that. We be laughing our ass off. We want you to go over there and fucking white people up and shit so much that they'll fuck, Well, look who's in the White House, right? Now, how you think that's going to turn out after you were asses to him when he showed up at a black journalist, convention to actually speak to you like human beings, and you couldn't even refer to him as the president. Right? Only thing you care about is everything at the end of your motherfucking nose. And, this is just your date. This is the maximum cope and shit. Getting on various social media apps and making these car videos where you tell us how much you hate us and we ain't shit. So I tell you, fuck you. I hate your ass. Alright? I hate your young ass and shit. Get your motherfucking tubes tied. Please don't have no baby and shit. And please join up with other women like yourselves and have relationships with them. It is my most fervent hope that you would be in a relationship with another woman and shit, and you two would destroy each other. Because that's what you do. You don't build anything. You destroy. You just want somebody to take care of you. You don't know how to wash your ass. You don't know how to clean your house. You don't know how to give anyone grace and shit, or a moment of peace. Why would somebody want to cohabitate with you? Okay? You have to find the stupidest niggas that don't know how to put a condom on to procreate with, and then you proceed to destroy him and his children and the entire family structure down to its root, to its fucking core. You motherfuckers like that nigga on that first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, that motherfucker with that big ass hammer. You want to slam that bitch down, and you usually do on your boys. You destroy them. And then you build your girls up and you tell them you did some Hitler Youth shit with your women and shit. Now they're unsuitable for long-term relationships or wealth building or even cohabitation, productive cohabitation and shit. It only works if the man capitulates and shit and destroys himself and hates himself in the middle of the night while you snoring and shit. And while he got his back to you when you got your back to him texting your side nigga. But you don't tell us we ain't shit and we do all this stuff. And you train your girls to be, Hitler Youth and shit, racist. Black Karens and shit. I didn't even invent that word. The word came from a content creator's name I'm not even going to say. Alright? I hate your ass, okay? Miss, I don't want nothing good for you, okay? I ain't cursing you or nothing. I'm just going to be honest and shit. You hate so much. The hatred is non-productive. I'm not going to try to change your mind or nothing, but if you were within earshot of me, you getting your ass whooped. I'm going to take my belt off, I'm going to whoop your ass and shit. You can do what you want after that. Fuck it. Maybe I'll just live down to your expectations and keep swinging that bitch until I go down and inhale bullets from the race soldiers. That's what you want. You want to destroy your men. You want to destroy your community. You want to destroy your society. And you want no respect and shit. You want to be taken care of. You want to be a bird in a gilded cage. And you want to lock us in there with you. We don't want that shit. Okay? A motherfucker just want to chill the fuck out. And you want to lay the fuck down. And I want to tell you, I'm not all about I don't care if you have a 4B movement or you dissenter men and shit. I approve that fucking message and shit. Please don't give us none of your bombed out coochie. Alright? We don't make me don't invite me to live with you. Leave me on the streets. Okay? Alright? Don't talk to us. Keep being an ass, a whole ass and shit. And please just, go eat the nearest cat of another stud ass, covert stud and shit. The man hating ass motherfucker. Okay? And you guys, you live your best life and shit with each other. And fuck it, I want your whole line to die off. Okay? We need some new women and shit. Alright? So some of us are, getting on a plane and flying over and shit. Now you chasing us on a plane. It's a goddamn slow car chase. And I want you to be so bad that, because you guys like to be on social media, I want some of these other countries to look at this shit because you were attacking women in the Philippines and everything. I want them to kick your fucking ass out of there. Okay? A lot of you been going over to Arab countries, acting like assholes, and they've been giving you the business, locking your ass up and shit. You don't see no brothers in jail over there. And if they are, they come straight from your disease box. I'm a older guy. I've been around. I've been married. All right? Been married one fucking time. And that's the only time I'm gonna be fucking married and shit because, I wanna have some peace going forward. All right? No matter what. If I'm laying in a cardboard box, I'm laying in a mansion, I could retrieve my family home that was sold off by you people, alright? Who had no claim, alright? They had no skin in the game. The home was purchased by my dad in his 30s for his family, alright? And you guys always got a but, right? But ain't no but or nothing. The fact is, you guys can kiss my ass, okay?
All these podcasts of men saying like women don't bring anything to the table, women don't do anything, these modern women ain't shit. If y'all want to fuck a man, just say that. You don't gotta make a podcast to say how you really feel because it's starting to get suspicious. Either y'all want to deal with women in their bullshit or you don't, and you want to deal with a man. What is your other options? Y'all be talking like y'all got other options. What are you gonna do? Date a fish? Shut the fuck up and deal with it like we have to.
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you.